Yo, what's good? I want. Oh my god. I want to see my progress of. I think this is week 2 actually of self-teaching Java, bro. Java and Spring Boot. Wait, why do I keep saying Java and Spring Boot? I think it's Spring Boot with Java, right? Or I have to take off these things because what the hell is this? I don't need so much gaps here. Okay. Self-teaching Java and Spring Boot. Wait, I think there's no gap here. All right. Oh God. And Spring. I'm just gonna keep it like this. I don't want this stuff to go to the next line. So the first week here is supposed to be first week. I don't know why I said week 1 to 2, but first week we finished with all PE collections. I haven't yet. I've done some collections, but haven't really like gone in depth with collections. And I feel like, as you can see, we can practice via lead code easy problems to get fluent with the collections. Yeah, so that's something I'll be doing. Like not on stream, off stream, I'll be doing lead code using Java, and then just to sharpen my like Java core Java skills, right? Because obviously you gotta be better or good at Java in order to be good at Spring. Does that make sense? I think it does. If it does, then yeah. Let me see. Okay. Yeah, what's good? What's good, my brother? You know we've been super inconsistent, right? But going forward, bro, going forward now we're gonna be super consistent. You get it? We're bringing back the consistency. As you can see, we're going week by week. I don't know if it's the best thing to do, but something that catches people's attention is the days, right? Seeing like day 200 of coding, day whatever. So I think I'll stick to the days, but I will not change it now for this. Maybe the next stream I'll be using the days thing, because I really want to get better at the Spring Boot, but at the same time I want to document. Here's the thing, bro. The best part about live streams, especially on YouTube, they get to stick on YouTube. So even if like 1 year later, I can come back and then watch my progress. It's like, these are things that I would love to see 1 year later. It's like, wow, this is what I was doing. You get? So this is potentially not like for so many, like I don't really care if we get like 2 views, dog. You feel what I'm saying? But as long as I have my memory in place, that's all that matters to me. So I appreciate each and every one of you guys that takes their time to support me. And also, you know, it's so much love for you guys as well. I don't know who's calling me on my phone, bro. Let's see. Hello? Yo. What's up? I'm good, I'm good. What's poppin'? Tell me. You say what? Yeah, yeah. You do not see it in the school group? Haven't you seen it in the school group? Did you join the group? I say, did you join the group? Okay, no problem. Yeah, so I'm done. You in a, you, you did not send me the your roll number though? Send it through. Then I'll add it to the group. Uh, on Monday, bro. There is class on Monday, bro. I swear to God. There's school tomorrow. Listen, if you miss, is on you. If you miss, yes, but the teacher said there's class still. Yeah, if you skip, is on you though. Yeah. I see ya. Huh? Yeah. The group work and then yeah, no problem, bro. We shall sort it out. Don't worry. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Easy. God damn, bro. Anyways, I don't know, bro. Somebody from my school stressing me out, but it's cool though. Yo, my G, Java guy, what's good, man? How you doing, bro? Let's see, learn API, REST API with Spring Boot. I think, let me see, what is that? Today we have to do validation. So we have to do validation and error handling, right? That's something we need to do. So validation and error handling using Spring Boot. Okay, I'm just gonna call this validation. Wait, do I have to create a new one? I think we can use this same exact to do thing, right? And then we just add some validations and stuff. So yeah, so that makes sense. Let's just go here. I'm just gonna open this as well, and then I'm gonna look for, let's say, I think ChatGPT. Yo, what's good, bro? How you doing? Tejas Posam, what's up? Is that, am I saying your name correctly or I'm butchering it? Am I butchering your name, bro? Okay, so well, let me look for it. What's that? Okay. It's week 2 of Spring Boot. Spring Boot and validation and error handling. So let's start with that. In depth, using a to-do app to learn validation and error handling, just something like that. Now here's the thing, the next thing I need to go, let me first get this thing and what are we gonna do? We're going to use this approach, which is 2 to 3 examples followed by an exercise, then corrections if I make a mistake, and then independent practice before moving forward. Alright, so we're gonna go with this 2 to 3. Alright, that's the prompt that I'm gonna use to learn that. Hey, if you guys are new here, I'm teaching myself Java. I started teaching myself Java, but now I'm learning Spring Boot as well. So yeah, self-teaching. Like, I don't know if it's self-teaching because I'm using also LLMs to help me learn. So yeah, I think it's self-teaching with LLMs. That's the best way to put it. But at the end of the day, we're still learning, right? So let's get it. All right. So this is what we have. Let me see. It thought for 15 seconds. And this is what I hate, bro. When AI starts twitching like this, like what's going on? Okay, so what do we have here? Set up assumptions. Okay, I have these, I have that, I have this in place. Okay, we need to add hibernate validator. Okay, I think if I go to my pom.xml, let's go to pom.xml, see what we do have there. Pom.xml, these are all the dependencies that I have. So I think Spring Starter was going on that there was a vulnerability found. Okay, so I have the database. I'm still using H2 database here, and then we have hello. Oh my God, how are you guys doing, bro? My boy is called Java. Up to now, he hasn't changed his name, bro. Okay, let's see, plugin. All right, that's it. A simple request body validation inside the create to do. So inside the create to do, what do we have to do? We have to add not blank, so it should not be blank, right? That means message is equals to title dot required. Wait, so it inside this class create to do. Wait, do we have to create a new class for creating to do? Public class create to do. Then there is I have no idea, but it's cool. It's cool. Let's see. So the max size should be 100, and the message should be title.max. This one should be 500 for the description. Oh, so that means if I go back here, I think it should be somewhere in the model. So I have this as a model, and I'm actually going to tell AI this is what I have, rather than it going ballistic giving us these random things. I'm going to do it like this. This is what we have so far, but I think we can use what it has here to learn and then apply it in our stuff. Okay, makes sense. So we should say the title shouldn't be blank, and then the message is title is required, title dot required. I don't know if that is what is title dot required. Well, it's okay. So the maximum size should be 100. That means 100 characters, and then that's the max title. And okay, private. That's okay. Then this one, it's not required, right? It's optional. That's why we don't have not blank. And then maximum size should be 500 characters, and then message is max description. Okay. So here it should not be null, not null. Message is equals to due date dot required. So the due date is required. That is for the to do. Okay, that is cool. Now inside the controller, this is what we're gonna have. We're gonna have add valid, then rest controller request mapping. Then we annotated with add validated. Then here is going to be post mapping. And inside the request body, we're going to have add valid. That's all we have to add, right? Then create and return pretend service called. Okay, we just pretend that the service has been called. Makes sense. So I think that is it, right? We're going to have response entity dot status is gonna be 201 dot body, then map of. I don't understand what this is. What is map of? Yo, Kalava, what's good, my G? What happens if any constraints fail? String throws method argument not valid exception. We catch that in the global handler. Okay, all right. So example 2, centralized error handling. All right, before we go into that error handling stuff, I think we need to now come here and then correct these things. Like for example, here we can put the name as oh god, something like this. I think at not blank. Okay, not blank. Wait. I can't see it for some reason. Wait, I can see the not blank thing. Let me just write blank and see. So that means not blank doesn't exist, right? That means not blank doesn't exist. Wait, what is this? What is this? I can see not blank at not blank. Huh. I don't know if that annotation exists, right? I'm just gonna say, oh, hold on. Oh yeah, I did not add the validator. That is this validator stuff. So let's take this and copy. This is what we have. So this is my pom.xml. Okay. What do we need to add? Let's talk validation first, then move to error handling. I have to do projects here. Let's correct it together and use it to learn. All right, let's see. That is our pom.xml. I need to come here, start with the controller. Oh, with the to do, right? Start with the to do, copy, go inside this, bam. Okay, after that we go to the controller, drop this. After that we go to the repository, after that we go to services. Okay, find by ID. There's a problem there. There's an error there for sure. I think that's it. Is there anything we need to change here? I think this is okay. This is it. There's nothing wrong here. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Let's go back here and let's use that. Yo, what's good? What's good, brothers? How y'all doing, bro? Oh my god. Hold on. Why is it paused? Yo, boys. Hold on. Can you guys even hear me, bro? Let me just make sure. Let me make sure you guys can hear me, bro. Cause I don't want to be talking here and there's like y'all can't even hear me though. Hold on. Yo. Yeah, you guys can hear. You guys can hear for sure. All right, that's cool. That's cool. Let's keep it moving. All right. So, what I'm doing here right now, I'm actually just trying to introduce like validation, right? And the concept of DTOs, which is a data transfer something. What was that? Data transfer object. Yep. Because if we have to just send this directly, there are some entities we don't want the users to send to the database. I think that's the concept. I'm not sure if that is, but yeah, I guess that's the concept. So, and also like proper validation cannot be done. Yo, what's up? Yo, Parik, what's good, my G? What's poppin'? How you doing, my brother? Alright, so this is gonna be not blank, is it? Bro, I've been ill like for the longest. I haven't been feeling well, bro. You feel me? Yeah, I've been skipping a lot, and also started like my third year uni. Like a lot of things been going like up and down and shit. So yeah, but I'm glad I'm cool now. You know, I'm better. I can grind and shit. So let's see size. As you can see, I'm even like teaching myself a whole new language, bro. I think maximum character I want it to be like 100 words, and yeah, what else? That's inside it should be minimum and max, and then we have a message, I guess. Message is equals to, oh, there's a comma here. Okay, and this message is going to be, I'm gonna say title. What message or title or what? I'm not sure. Long time, bro. Spring Boot, why are you learning everything? How am I learning everything? So here's the thing, bro. Like it's straight up. Like all the interviews I had, everyone is like, we need a Java or Spring Boot developer. If you knew Java or Spring Boot, we could have hired you. I'm like, what's with the Spring Boot and Java? Like, you understand? So I dug deep into like the entire Java and all the hype, and I realized it's a better language overall. It's just like a better coding experience with Java, especially Spring Boot compared to like Node.js or maybe any other stuff. And yeah, so for me, I feel like I just want to future proof myself, right? Because a lot of people just are switching to, I mean, they're running to like Node.js with like Express because it's like a very easy safety net. But at the same time, it's like, bro, why can't you try to do something which is enterprise? I just love me some challenge. That's why. But yeah, comes down to just challenging myself to try something better or maybe trying something different rather. Maybe it's just me trying to gaslight myself into thinking is the best option to do, but okay. So the message here is like name is required, and this is maximum. Name must be less than 100 characters. Yeah, I don't know if I have it as name or title. I'm confused. Let me go to do. Well, I have it as name, so I have to just use it as name also this side. Yeah, my brother. So I'm not sure. I feel like it's a good thing for me to switch to Spring Boot. Yeah. So let's see here. I also need to like pass in a message. Then I'm going to say name is required. Name is required, and here the title or name. I'm just gonna say name must be less than 100 characters. or 100 words, I guess. I'm just gonna say 100 words, so maybe 100 characters is better. And I'm gonna change this to name. Description can remain the same, so description can be blank, or we can just have size, and then we'll give it a maximum. Max should be like at least 500 characters. And then message, you can have almost the same message, right? You just copy this and say description should be, it's gonna say description. Hold on. Wait, this stuff is making me repeat myself. Not repeat myself, but I can hear myself twice. So I want to know, bro, what have you guys been working on? I feel like, bro, ever since I got ill, I wasn't like, somehow my voice, like when I just try to speak as loud as I can get, it just hurts me, you know. So I hope I'm loud enough or you guys can hear me clearly. So yep, 500 characters, and we're gonna say description. Why am I repeating myself? Okay, just copy this. So there is a concept that I learned at school. It's something called solid, right? I've been hearing that word a lot of times, but haven't paid attention to it until we learned about it yesterday. I think no, on Friday, which stands for something like single is SIP or SI something, single something. So that means this S, it means like let your code, if you have a class, it should do one thing, it should perform one thing only. Good afternoon, Amir, my brother. What's good? How is India? So that means S should a class should perform one single thing well, very well. And this O, I think, is open close. Yes, so a class should be open to extension but close to modification. I mean, open to extension. That means you can extend it, and you can maybe like inherit it as a class, and then you can, but you cannot modify it directly. So open to extension, close to modification, and then L is like list of something. So this L, it means all classes can easily inherit things from the parent class, but they shouldn't be able to like change the parent class. And then I stands for what, I kind of forgot it, but something like that. But these are principles. These are like good proper code principles. Have you done things to do with USSD applications? Like mobile money, is that what you mean? No, not really. I think if that's what you're meaning, mobile money, I haven't done anything to do with that. But I think it's not as complicated as it might seem, because at the end of the day, you just deal with APIs. You can just get like the MTN API, and then the MTN guys like have that figured out. So I don't know, but that's just the shallow idea that I have about that. So yeah, I guess. How about you? Have you started doing that? Okay, now here we need to just generate getters and setters for these two things. Okay, I'm just gonna come here and generate getters and setters for these two. Okay, that should do it. All right, what else do I have to do? We have a DTO, which is data transfer object, I guess. So there are certain things that you shouldn't send as your models directly to the entity, to the database, and that's why we are doing this now. So if you guys are new here and you guys don't have context of what's going on, hi brother. Okay, I am Emmanuel Francis from South Sudan. Okay, I'm coding, teaching myself Java. I already know JavaScript and Node.js, Monstack in general, but I'm here trying to learn Java just so that I can be employable, because everybody and their mother these days is just, companies that are genuine, like ready to like, hire good developers, they all need you to do Java or Java and Spring Boot. So I'm just gonna be saying Spring Boot because it's almost like me saying JavaScript and React, so it don't make sense, right? So it is React, which means it's JavaScript, right? I'm working on a real USSD app. What do you mean on a real USSD app? What does it do? Like, what's the context? Yep. So I'm self-teaching myself. Self-teaching myself. Oh my God. I'm teaching myself. I am self-teaching. It's crazy. So today, this week, is week 2 of learning Java with Spring Boot, and we are on validation and error handling. So yeah, let's see what I have here. Let me go back to ChatGPT. I'm using LLMs to teach myself, by the way. Okay, can you give me a demo of what your app, like just tell me, like what's your app all about and what does it do? Spring's validation works only if you annotate the method parameter with add valid and the request body. Okay, change your controller to look like this. So we gotta go to our controller, private. Okay, that's okay. This okay. We gotta change it here. So that means in the post mapping, the request body where we are passing this to do, we need to pass the to do request as well. And then we're going to have to do is equals to new to do, and then to do the set name is request.get name. Okay, so that means for us to pass in, we need to create a new this is a new object. Why are we creating a new object? It's kind of confusing now. I don't know, you guys who are Java developers, why are we creating again to do here? Because yeah, it's kind of confusing. Okay, let's see, to do the set name, to do, okay, we get the to do request dot get name, so we get this. Okay, and then to do the set description, we get the to do request dot get description, then we return to do service dot create to do. So why do we need to create a whole new thing? All right, let me copy these, and that's a question that I'm going to ask in a minute. Okay, why do we have to create a new to do object? And also is the to do model correct the way it is now? Okay, so I'm just gonna ask that question, and I'm going to pass in this to do thing of mine, this to do model, to see if everything's correct. Let's see. All right, excellent question. This is exactly the kind of sort of distinctions. Oh my God, what's going on here? Why we create a new to do instead of directly using the request? I was just talking about it right now, right? In the principles why you do not have to directly well, that's like yeah, that's the O in the solid method, where it can be open to extension or implementation and close to modification. So when you use your entity to do directly as request body, you expose everything about that entity's internal structure, including the database specific fields that the client should not control, like the ID, created that and updated that. Makes sense. So therefore we create a new. All right, let's see example. You could go wrong. All right, that makes sense. If you bind that JSON directly to the entity, your user could manually set IDs, collision risk, and override timestamps, manipulate read-only fields. By introducing a DTO, which is a to-do request, you draw a line between input data from the outside world, validated DTO, internally internal entity, your database model. So we have an input data and the internal entity, controlled and trusted. Okay. You see, bro, these are things I wouldn't have known otherwise if I was just doing JavaScript, like honestly speaking. Okay, I guess this logic is abstracted away when we use things like ORMs, but still, it's good for you to know. You understand? Okay, so the controller job is to map. So what do we have here? To do, need to do. This to do. Okay, then to do the set name, DTO get name. Okay, then the service layer decides what happens next. So the controller's job is to just map this to that, right? So the controller maps the DTO with our actual to do thing, right? And then after that, the service will just decide what happens next. Okay, think of it as a firewall between your database schema and the user input. All right, let's go ahead and see is your to-do model correct right now. Almost, but there are three issues worth fixing. Timestamp types. Right now you have creation timestamps, and using strings for timestamps is risky. It breaks sorting, date comparison, and proper database mapping. Use local date time instead. Okay, so we're going to have creation update. Okay, oh, this is supposed to be local date time, local date time. All right, makes sense. Don't mark updated as updatable false, so Hibernate won't refresh it automatically. Use camel case for field names, not this. JPA will map it correctly to this in SQL. Bro, this is some cool things though that I'm learning now. So what we have to do, this should be local date time. Type local date time. Also updated that should be local date time, and then this should be created at and this is going to be updated at, and then this JPA is going to manually, it's going to automatically do it. All right, so I'm gonna have to delete this boilerplate up to here, then just create and generate a new one. So we have a no argument constructor. We need an all argument constructor. Let's go ahead and generate an all argument constructor. Okay, that's all argument constructor, and then we need getters and setters for all of that. Getters and setters for everything. Okay, then we need a equals to and hash code. Generate equals to and hash code. Okay, then lastly to string method. Let's go ahead and generate a toString method, and that should do it. All right, I think we are good to go now. All right, so let's see what next do we need to do. Let's go back here and see. All right, I think I've corrected the mistakes. We have nullable false, updatable false, nullable false, updatable false, which is correct. Note, don't mark updated as updatable false, or Hibernate won't update it automatically. So for the updated at, we should keep it as okay. It's only the created at time that we don't have to null. It shouldn't be nullable, because yeah, it shouldn't be nullable, and also updatable, it shouldn't be updatable. So we're gonna go ahead and say where's it updated? We have to remove all this, leave it default. Okay, I think that is all that we have to deal with. Good. That's self-teaching yourself. Repeating yourself is crazy. Okay, what else do I need to do? They generated automatically. You never want clients to set them manually. There's another that's another reason to use DTO to the client. Okay, minor cleanup. Your constructor with all fields is fine for internal use, but if you rely on Spring Data JPA, then no argument constructor is required, which you already have. Also rename to lowercase convention. This should be lowercase convention. All right, let's see what else. Okay, this is correct. This is all that we have now. So we need to go and now use that DTO thing. Let me go back here and then check this. All right, I have this in place. Let's continue working. Let's continue grinding. Okay, so I need to correct the controller. Where's the controller? I need to go inside the controller. Let's go to the controller, just right here. Okay, here's cool. Well, this is now the one we have to deal with. Inside the controller, we have to create a new to-do object, and then here we add the request body. We add a valid so that we can validate it, and then call this DTO, which is the to-do request, and then to-do request. Okay, let's go and do just that. Let's go to the controller. Right here in creating, what is it? Okay, creating to do. Let me go ahead and just remove everything that's here. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and remove everything that's here. Now, the next thing I need to do, since the user is going to create it, we need to go ahead and get this as a request body. We need to get the request body, and then we validate. Wait, I thought that I'm handling everything in the service though. Hold on, why do we have to do that? So we have this a request body. All right, makes sense. Let me go back here and then call the valid. Now it's valid. Then we need to pass the request. To do request as the DTO, and then type is to do request. Cool. Then we need to create a new instance of the to do now. So to do is equals to new to do. To do is equals to new to do. Then we need to say to do dot set name. If we set the name, we should get the name from the to do request dot get name. Okay, that's a DTO. Second thing, we're gonna do the description. Just change this to description, and then get description. I think that should do it. What's going on here? Write only object. Alright, now next thing we need to do is just return. Oh, we just returned the normal thing that we are returning, which is this controller here from the service. Where's the service? Okay, from the service. Alright, let's go back here. Lastly, we just return the to do services. To do services dot create to do. Create to do, then pass in that to do, right? Okay. Wow, now no issues now. So let's see. I think there's a show context action. What's going on here? Well, I think I inserted that already. Cool. So creating to do now is looking clean. We have validation. We have everything going through the DTO, which is the data transfer object. And what else? Okay, since we have getters and setters here, and then we also have getters and setters here, we just match them with the ones that's coming from the DTO directly to the ones that's inside the model. So we're doing good, my brothers. Next thing we need to do, I think we're good here. Okay, creating to do is fine. It's very validated. Next thing we need to do is get mapping. We are getting a list of to do, get all to do's, return. I think I have it correctly though. Is there any problem? Okay, yeah, list of to do, get all to do, then we return and get all to do's, correct. What else? We need get mapping. We are getting the things from the params on the parameters, which is the ID, and then the path variable is the ID. So we just need to validate it as well. So how do we validate it? By getting things on the request body and passing in the valid. Then we also pass in the DTO. We create a new instance of the to do, and we now just we set it and get it, and then finally we just put the update here, updated to do. Then we pass in the ID and the to do. I think that makes sense now. Let me see. Let me go back here. All right, this is what we need to do. I think I can leave this return as is. Then here we get in the ID from the request parameters. So I need to get this as well, an annotation of path variable, and it is getting this long ID from the path variable, and it's taking to do, but this time we want to first validate this. So we get a request, we get this from the request body, and then we validate it first. Then we go ahead and say give us the to-do request DTO, and then give us the as to-do request. Makes sense. And then we create a new instance of the to-do, call it to-do is equals to new to-do. All right, new to-do. And then lastly, we just get the setters dot set. We need to only set the things that the user should set, and then we get this from the DTO. We get that, get name, and since we are updating the name, we need to add that as well. Also the description now. Set description, and here get description. You change your stock? I did, bro. I did. I can't even lie to you, bro. I did. I was so stagnant with Monstock that I got bored. Like, I swear to God, it's just pure boredom. I was bored as hell, so I had to switch. Okay, let's see. I think that is cool now. What else do we need to worry about? Nothing, right? Nothing. We need to. How about you, bro? Malik, what are you working on? Alright, we have that in place. That is correct. Deleting is easy. We get this on the part. Okay, deleting, there's no issues with deleting. I think sticking with one stock and most of the stock is a good thing. Yeah, probably yes. But sticking to a dying stock means suicide. Because here's the thing. Here's my problem with Monstock. It's hard to get a job with Monstock, bro. It's very, very hard. Too hard. The competition is through the roof. It's 1 million people right now applying for Monstock jobs. So I just want to stand out, bro. You feel me? I'm tired of the rejection emails. I'm tired of, like, unfortunately, I'm tired of all the BS. So yeah, I realize it could be Monstock. So why not just try, you know? It doesn't hurt to try something different. I'm still in college anyways. I'm just in my 3rd year. So next year will be my final year. So I have hopes in getting a job before I even graduate. So yeah, I just want to set myself for like a better future. You understand? Everybody's doing Monstock, do Java, or do C#. You stand out. SpringBoot is great. Yes, sir, it is. If you stick with it, yeah, I will. For real. I still do Monstock though. I'm not saying I'm ditching Monstock forever. Obviously, I'll need React and Next.js. Monstock, as far as like Node.js and Express and here and there, I'll still be doing them. You get? I still do them. But mainly, I just want to focus on Java now, getting better at Java, especially SpringBoot. Creating projects and things is like just industry standard. Because one thing for sure, bro, since I started learning Java, I can tell you a lot of things that have literally helped me as far as like developing or growing as an engineer. Things like practices like object-oriented programming and a lot of things, bro. They just make you feel like, damn, you're missing out, because there's a lot of abstraction when it comes to like coding in JavaScript, right? There's a lot of things that is just hidden from you. You are only given those things, but in the long run, it will affect you. So why not just try to do something different, All right, we have deleting this with the ID. We have updating, correct. We have getting this. Now, I have a problem with getting something by ID. I don't know if, let's go to the service. Okay, so public to do, get to do by ID, long ID. If there's, what am I doing here, bro? What the hell is this? Okay, that is correct. Now let's look at what we have here. We need to create optional to do. Optional to do is equals to repositories or find by ID, and then if the optional is empty, then to do is not found, or else update. Okay, this is for updating. But okay, to do repository or find ID is present, then go ahead and delete it. If it's there, if it's not there, then throw a runtime exception of to do ID not found. Now that's for deleting. How about for getting by ID? I think it's almost the same thing, right? First check if it exists, then to do dot find by ID, or else throw runtime exception. I think that is what I should do. And yeah, this should, are we returning anything to do? We need to return void, I guess. If someone wants to go to Web3 or blockchain, I think man is the way to go. Yeah, for real. Web3, I think Rust is the way to go, bruh. If you really want to stand out for Web3, Rust. If you want to do just the design part and stuff, but mostly Rust is what people are looking for, like Solana developers and this other stuff. They are looking for Rust, but still Monstack is highly like sought after, but the competition is high. I wouldn't encourage anybody to do Monstack currently, like unless you're just starting out and you don't know how to code. But if you already know how to code, just do a U-turn, learn something else. I promise you, you'll thank your young self will thank, your future self will thank your young self. Alright, get to do by ID. Let's look at how we can do that. I'm kind of confused. So here we are returning a list, but if we, this is creating to do. Okay, here we're returning a list, then return to do repositories of file, and now we need to check if the ID exists. So that's what we need to do here. Just like this, to do repositories.find by ID. If okay, to do repositories dot find by ID, and then pass in the ID dot is present. If that is true, then go ahead and return to do repositories dot find by ID, and then pass in the ID, and then dot get. If that's not the case, I think we can say else. Yep, or else runtime exception, throw new runtime exception, and then we're just gonna say ID to do ID is not found. Please turn off the inline code suggestions. Oh yeah, for sure, right? Because then it beats the point of learning, or what? What do you mean by that? Because I feel like it's never used. Okay, not get by ID. I think I'm using it. I haven't used it. Okay, I'll turn it off right now shortly, my brother. Okay. What's going on? Where's the inline suggestion thing? I'll turn it off shortly. I think it beats the point of trying to learn, right? Because it gives me like idea of what I need to work on next, right? But don't worry, I'm understanding. Okay, so we need get mapping, and then I need to go ahead and just add the ID slash pass in this and get the ID from the request parameters. Then create public, I'm passing in the to do, and get to do by ID. Oh my god, for real, you're right, bro. It's so annoying. It's more like it doesn't really give us that difficulty thing, right, for us to figure it out, but it is what it is. So we return the service. Yep, the to do service dot get by ID, then just pass in that ID that we got from the parameters. Okay, I think that is it. Right now everything looks clean. Everything looks clean, but then okay, yeah, the input here is what we are validating using the DTO. And what else? I think that is it. We're only validating using the DTO in the updating and then in the creating part, because those are the two things that take inputs from the user, but the rest we're just getting things from the database, so there's no point validating that. All right, I guess that makes sense. How do I turn off the stuff? Let me see. Settings, inline, inline. Oh, I'm just gonna call it suggestions. Quick configure suggestion actions. What's that? Is it here? Code completion, inline completions. I think this is the one, right? Oh, I need to download the ones for HTML and CSS. I actually need to do that for real, but not here though. Enable local full line. I'm just gonna disable this for now. Apply, and but that's almost like saying don't code with AI, right? Let me try to type something. If it will do. Okay, there's no suggestions. That's cool. Let's see one more time. Suggestions, code completions. But I think show suggestions as you type. Okay, inline completion without sending anything over the internet. I think this is the one, right? Insert. Yep, this is the one. Show suggestions as you type. That's the one. Yeah, I think this is the one. Show suggestions as you type. Type matching completion, or basic completion. I think basic completion makes sense. We can always just, okay, I think that's okay. Inserting parentheses, there's no problem with that. Alright, I'm just gonna do it like this. It's cool like that. Apply. Okay, so that is cool. Now the next thing we need to do, yeah. Alright, let me now look at what else. For the to-do, I think we're good now. So if I run this application, we should be okay. Alright, hopefully. And another thing that I learned, right? I learned that you can change this. I just like I was experimenting, and I realized that you could change this entire thing. You can just write something like your name and it appears here. So that's wonderful. I like that. So Tom card is running on 8080. That's correct. All right. Let's see. So let me open Postman in a minute. Let me test that. How many things are running in the background? So I'm still under validation and error handling. So yep, that's today's. Tomorrow we shall be doing authentication with JWT. That's correct. So I'm gonna close this to save on the RAM, bro, because I'm using M1 MacBook, bro. Can you guys believe that? And it's handling most of the streaming and stuff. Sometimes it lags, but it is what it is. I think I should close all these tabs. Let me close this. I have a to-do app thing here. Okay, get all to-dos. Yep, I think this is the one. If I send this, yep, it should give us an empty array of to-dos. Let me look at the base URL. API v1 to-dos. Yep, that's the same one we have in the controller. API v1 to-dos. Okay. Something that I am missing out on is this is supposed to be at validated. I don't know if that annotation exists, or maybe it doesn't exist. I don't know. I think it doesn't exist, but it's okay. Let's try to create a to-do. The to-do name is coding, description is Java Spring Boot. Let's go ahead and send that. Okay, so we have Java and Spring Boot, created that and updated that timestamps. Now if I go ahead and get all to-dos, this time it shouldn't give us an empty array. It should now give us an array of to-dos. Good. With incrementing to-dos, with incrementing IDs. Okay, let's create another. Here I'm just gonna call this mon stock is trash. Okay, I'm gonna take this as the description, cut this, and I'm just gonna say mon versus Java, and I'm gonna just replace this. Alright, let's go ahead and do that. So ID has incremented automatically. We have mon versus Java. The description is mon is trash. Alright, let's get all to dos one more time. Let's send that. Now we have two things, coding and then mon versus Java. Then I can also go ahead and update it to do. So I just have to put the ID, not here but in the parameters. I need to pass in, I think it's just ID, no, not parameters there. Oh god, what am I doing? This is gonna be ID. What's going on? That ID is blank. I think it's in the body. Wait, I'm updating something, right? So I need to pass in, let me see, no, not the parameters there. Oh, it's supposed to be down, I guess. Oh god, I just don't remember where I was supposed to do this. There's somewhere where you can just put this and then you pass in something. Oh, I think it's something like this. Yep. So that's the ID, and then we just keep let's say I want to change this to monster. It's good. Then I pass in the body, and I go ahead and just I want to update. What do I have to update? I think I can update one entity, like the name, and then I can leave the description. It will be null, I guess. Let me just change this to mon, and then parameters, path variable here is 2. That means it's going to update this second. Okay, let's go ahead and now send this body. So you can tell the description is null, but the name has changed. Now what if I only want to change one entity, and it shouldn't be null but it should remain as is, right? So that's why we need to go back here and then try to correct this problem inside the updating part. I think it's in the controller, not the controller but the service. Okay, let's go to the updating part, and then what is this, the update now? So I need to understand, how do we do that? How do we only update one part that we want to update and then leave the rest as is? So let's go back to AI. Let's say what if I wanna update only the name and leave the description as is. Okay, let me go back to this so that I don't get, let me select this, then let me say so I don't get null as the response for description, but rather what it was previously. Okay, let's pass in that. Okay, let's see, this one is one of the first subtle issues that pops up when you start doing partial updates. So that means it's partial update, right? Okay, right now your update method is blankly set in both fields. So when to do that, get description comes in as null, it overrides the existing description with null. To fix that, you want to conditionally update only non-null fields. That way, if the user doesn't send a description, the old one stays untouched. Okay, now how we're gonna do it? Optional, okay, that's correct. And if it's optional, then to do is not found, then we have to do updated.get, and this is where we have to do that now. Only update if not null. So we have to do .get name. If it's not null, then go ahead and set it and update it. And then also the description, if it's not null, then go ahead and that's a simple fix, right? So easy, but it's super confusing if you just starting to get into it. All right, so this is what I'm gonna do. Just put this inside the if statement. So we're gonna have if statement, then we're gonna have this, drop this there. We're gonna have if to do dot get name is not null. Is it get or set? Which one are we updating? Okay, it's get. Since if the ones we are sending is the one from the DTO, which is the input from the user. Okay, so if to do dot get name. Okay, let's go ahead and select this. If this is not null, is not equals to null. Wait a minute, bro. Now I can barely see anything. I can barely like understand anything though. I think we need this completion, right? Because we need code completions though. Like let's say almost like TypeScript thing. If I click to do dot get, it should at least tell me that hey, to do dot get can give us this. So this is unnecessarily hard for us, right? Especially when we're just starting out. But it's cool. I understand what we're doing. So the next thing we need to just go ahead and add this inside here. And then we should just get this description. Make sure the description is not null. And then boom. Now, I think for the name here is redundant because if we give it here, as you can tell, we already have name should nullable is false, right? But for the description, we can leave it as null, no problem. By default, it's nullable, right? And then you have to like explicitly say it shouldn't be nullable. So as having nullable is false, and again here asking for it, I think it's kind of redundant. I'm not sure, but it is what it is. Let's restart it one more time, and let's see how it goes. Okay, that is cool. Let me go back here to the updating part. Now, what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna say get all to dos. Is an empty array. Let's create a to do. Monstock is trash is going to give us that. And then the next thing we're gonna have is get to dos. If I get all to dos, we shall have that. And then let's go ahead and try to update. Let's send this. I need the first parameter. I actually need to create two to dos like this, right? So I'm gonna say here go versus Java, and I'll just say go is trash, go stack is trash, or go is trash, whatever. Let's send that. Now that is two. Let's go ahead and get all to do to see we have two. Now I need to just change this description and then try to leave this name as null and then see what happens. Let's go ahead and update. Then I'm gonna go ahead and update the first one, save that, and I can go ahead and just add in the body. I think we can clear this, right? Can we clear this? Okay, clear response. And I'm just gonna pass in the description and leave the name as null. Then I'm just gonna say go is better for concurrency, something like that. And let's go ahead and send that. It's a bad request. What's going on? To do's /1 is bad request. What? What's going on? Okay, let's try to get 2 again and send this. Wait. Why is it a bad request, boys? Let's first go here. Why is this a bad request? Validation failed for argument 1 in public. Error in the object on the field name, rejected value. Oh, so I should pass in the name because I say that the name shouldn't be null. Yeah. I think that's why we're getting the error. Here we say the name nullable is false. So that means whether we want it or not, we have to provide name. Which is wrong though. We shouldn't. Oh God. Alright. Let's go ahead and just add. God. Let's go to the body. We have to pass in the name. Let's pass in the name. Let's say go. And let's send. Okay, that's gonna be okay. Go is better for concurrency. Let's get all to dos. Go is better for concurrency. Let's say I don't want to update the name, right? So let's say I just want to only update oh God. Now can I just update this without the description first? Let's try that. I'm just gonna change this to go versus mon and send this. Okay, go versus mon. Go is better for concurrency, but we had to pass in this, right? So let's go ahead and remove that. Alright, nullable false, we have to remove this from here. Okay, let's go ahead and just restart this. Let's close it down and then run it one more time. Okay, so that's cool. If I go ahead right now and say get all to dos, it should give us an empty array and then creating a to do. Good. Now if I go ahead and create one more time, go versus Java, mon versus Java, and then say mon stock is trash, send that. Now updating a to do. Let's get all to dos. So let's say I want to change this to mon versus go. Let's go to update and then I just need to change this to mon versus go. Wait, which one was it? Mon versus Java, so I need to change it to mon versus go. Mon versus go as the name, and then I pass in the parameter here as 2. Okay, mon stock is trash, mon versus go, mon stock is trash. Let's go. Mon stock is trash, go stock is trash. Alright, now let's say I want to only update the description, and then the name should be there. I'm just gonna say description. Go is better. Go ahead and do that. Bad request. Oh my God, why do we have bad requests? Why do we have bad requests? Oh God, why do we have bad requests? For persistence, what's going on here? Okay, so validation failed for argument 1 in public. Okay, the error is error in object to do request on field name, rejected value null. Oh, that's not even, it wasn't even this as the issue. The issue was inside the request, the DTO that we are sending, right? We said here that the name shouldn't be blank, so the name should be required. Therefore, if we have any issue, the validation is gonna kick in and say, yo, there's a problem, the name is required. So let's take that off. And I think I'm just going to go ahead and comment that out. So if I need it later, I'll get it. Okay, I'm just gonna comment this out as well. Cool. Now let's go ahead and rerun this server. Let's see what we have in place. Test it one more time. Get all to-dos. It should be an empty array. Then create to-do. We should get monstack versus Java. Monstack is trash. Okay, that is one. Now here we need so notice how we have the updated at, created at, and updated at timestamps there. But once we here update, I think it's only going to show the updated at timestamp. I'm not sure, but we shall see. Okay, let's create another one. Say go versus Java and say go is trash. Go stack is trash. Now let's go to updating and let's try to update the description. Now let's select everything here. It's saying go stack is trash. We want to update it to go is better, and the path variable is 2. Let's send that. Now we can easily update it, and then it's showing us the created at and updated at timestamp. I think that's okay now, and we can easily go ahead and delete it. So delete to do. We need to pass in the ID, which is ID, and then we need to just put 2 here, and then we can go ahead and delete it. And why are we not returning a response that we've deleted it? Because if I go and get all to do is, it should give us 1, but there's no response of what we are deleting. So let's go back here. Let's check our controller for the delete. So here we're returning void. We are supposed to return something, not void. So we're supposed to return the to do. Return, here we're supposed to return what we've deleted. So we need to pass in the to do. And what else? I think it's gonna be that, right? No, we're supposed to return a string, and then the string can have, I don't know, I'm not sure, but let's ask this question. Let's say why we are returning nothing to the client. Deleting is returning void, but I want to return the deleted entity so I can see what was deleted. Okay, I see. Perfect, that's a solid instinct. Returning the deleted entity is super helpful for confirmation and debugging, and even more so APIs that frontend consumes. So here we need to return the to do. Path variable is okay. Return to the server to do. Okay, that is okay. Now in the service logic, we need to pass in to do, deleted to do long. Oh, we need to get the optional now. Make sure it's there. If it's not there, then go ahead and do that. And we have the to do to be deleted. Then we get it from the optional to do. Then repositories or delete, and then we return the delete. The to do repositories dot delete. Then we pass in the to do to delete, or to do to be deleted, and then we pass in we return the to do to be deleted. Okay, fine. So that's what we need to do. Inside here is going to return a to do, and we need to go back to the service. Make sure we correct what's going on here. Void to do is present, deleted, nope. Let's go ahead and see what's going on here. Okay, so here we are not returning void, we're going to return to do, and we need to create an optional. Wait, is supposed to be optional, right? Not to do again. No, here should be to do, and here should be optional. Optional to do. Which one is it? It's to do like this, and then we have optional. Oh no, it's optional, then in the brackets is to do. Oh my god. I'm becoming slow, bro. Okay, so we have optional, then we're passing the to do in this. I don't know if these are brackets, angled bracket, I think. Then we have the optional to do as the name, then we need to find it, and if it's not there, we'll throw, then we'll go ahead and create that. Okay, it's almost like what's here already, optional to do whatever. Okay, so here we need to create optional, pass in the angled brackets, pass the to do in there, then we call this the optional to do. Optional to do is equals to do repositories dot find by ID, find by ID, then we pass in the ID, and then find by ID dot get, I guess, right? So we need to get that ID, and then we need to check if optional to do dot is present, then what should we do? Is empty. Optional to do is empty, then throw an error. Okay, is empty, then throw new runtime exception, and then we pass in a message, say to do ID is not found. Okay, what's going on here? New runtime exception. What's the problem? Optional runtime exception to do, and then we pass in. Oh, I said get from here. Okay, fine. To do plus the ID. Why do we have a problem? Import this runtime class. How? Why do we need to import it? New runtime exception. Oh, it's runtime exception like this. Okay. Runtime exception, or else we need to go ahead and create to do of type to do to be deleted. So to do to delete is equals to optional to do dot get optional to do dot get, and then now we just delete this, right? So we return to do repositories dot delete, then we pass in the to do to be deleted, to do to delete, then we can go ahead and return what are we returning? Oh, we need to return that we need to now return the to-do to be deleted. Yep, to-do to delete to. Okay, that is okay. What else here is never used, so we need to go ahead and use that inside delete to do. So the controller, missing return statement. All right, return. All right, I think that is okay now. So yep, that is cool. That is cool. You know what's funny, bro? If you're coding like this, like without any AI help or whatever, it's hard. Like it's so hard, bro. I promise, it's too hard, man. Now let's go ahead and restart this one more time. Restart the server. Yep. Okay. Not this. Let me now go ahead and get all to do. Should be an empty. Good. Now I need to create to do, create that, create that, create that, create that. So I created like 4. If I go ahead and get all to do's, I need to see 4. So I need to delete I need to delete 2, I need to delete 3, I need to delete 4. Okay. Now delete to do, passing start. Let me start with the 4 ID. So like this. Okay, this is deleted. I think I need to send a message of like deleted successfully. That is okay. Let's send in. If I send another one, it should be missing, not found. Why is it throwing internal server error straight? See, that's where we need the valid error handling part, but not now though. So let's just keep going. All right, now we need to pass in 3 and send is going to delete. Pass in 2 and send is going to delete. Now if I get all to do's, I should see only 1. Good. I think we're good. We're going well. We're going well as far as this is concerned. We're going well. So let me see what else. Let me check my. Hold on. Let me check my Notion. Need to check my Notion real quick. And see what I'm left with. Okay, so we are done. I think the validation part is not that hard. I think the validation part is not that hard. So I have to go now to the error handling part. So we're done with validation, unless there's something that is like very unique. But if it's all you need to do is import that validator from whatever, I think that's okay. So we need now error handling. Now let me go ahead and see. Okay, here we are handling validation very well. That is cool. Now let me say in the title, let me try to limit the title to like 4 characters or 2 characters. Matter of fact, let me put 6 characters, right? Oh, 3 characters, so I can try to see to test if that's working. Now I'm gonna say has to be less than 3 characters. Now let me run it and go ahead and see. Okay, now here if I get all to do, should be an empty array. Let's go ahead and get created to do. If I send this, it's going to error out because of the validation. Yes, bad request. 400 error is bad request. Path is /to-dos. Now let's go ahead and see. It should give us why we have a problem. Validation failed for argument. The first argument in public, whatever. Now we have, where's the field error? To do request on field name, rejected value, Go versus Java. What's the issue? Default message. The name should be 3 characters. Now, the message that we have, name must be less than 3 characters. Yes. So that's cool. The validation works very well. Let me just return the validation back to its place. 100 lines of whatever. Okay. So I think now for validation is cool. We need to go to error handling now. I need to understand how error handling works here. Why do we have these stupid squiggly lines? I don't know. I think for now I can be assured that every data that we are getting is well validated, and that should do it. Now let me see what else I need to take care of. We're on error handling, right? So cool. Let's go and let me just scroll up. I think I have. All right, this is what AI gave us. Exactly, as a kind of okay, whatever. Let's see. So to do that is cool. All right. All right. So the next thing, at this point, your app validates incoming data correctly. Can you use Lombok delete methods? Hey bro, how are you? I'm good, man. Java guy. Can I use Lombok as what? Lombok for like getters and setters, and also like no argument stuff. I think Lombok is cool, right? I just wanted to learn like everything like from like ground level. You understand? So I can know what's going on behind the scenes. But yeah, Lombok is cool for like getters and setters. I think we could just add here, add getters and setters. We could just add getters and setters for this, and then it will avoid us creating this bunch of boilerplate. Then here we just annotated something with like add no argument constructor, and then all argument constructor, something like that, right? So this is a database entity, and this is a DTO, right? Notice how this DTO doesn't take a lot of stuff like what we have there, column names and all that. Okay, now the other thing is we have to start with validation. So let me go ahead and see add a REST controller advice for global. Oh, okay. At this point you are validating incoming request correctly. Next we will build a custom error response API error, and then add REST controller advice for global exception handling. Standardize the JSON error output so it doesn't return the ugly default Spring error. That will be our error handling phase. Okay, so let's go now with this. All right. Error handling setup. Oh, do you want to test your validation layer first? I can help you. Okay, validation works well. Now let's go to error handling. Let's go to error handling. Keeping in mind my style of learning. Okay. In Java class, have eager, lazy. Can you write ChatGPT in class? Java, have eager, lazy. What do you mean by eager, lazy? What is eager, lazy? Now we're in the error handling dungeon, where chaos becomes structured JSON. What, bro? Why is AI having some funny language? What do you mean now we're in the error handling dungeon, boy? Okay, you already validate inputs. You already validate inputs. So the next step is to make every possible failure in your app return a clean, predictable response instead of SpringBoot's default wide label chaos dump. We'll go step by step into your to-do app. Now we need to create a custom error response class, which is API error, right? So this defines what your JSON error looks like. So I need to create a class called API error, and we're going to have private local datetime. We're gonna have status. I don't think we have status. What is status? What is the status for? Okay, we're gonna have to just add it. It is what it is. We have string error. Okay, so the status, right? If it's I don't know what the status is for, but yeah, local datetime, private local datetime. I'm gonna have status int. Why is it int? Why is the status integer? I'm confused. We have error, we have message, we have path. Okay, so we have to create all argument constructor. Then we have to create getters and setters, or we have to create just, oh, these are all getters, right? Getters and setters. So we have only getters for the time, and we don't have setters for the time, right? Okay, this returns get error, get message. I think these are all getters. Oh my god, I think these are all getters, right? All right, let's let's go ahead and do that. This will be a universal, but you know, many to many, many to one, one to many, one to one. Yeah, the relationships, right? I know all that. There's nothing we're creating here that has relationships. You understand? Yeah, but if we have relationships and stuff, we shall do that. This will be a universal format for all errors. Example response will look like this. Timestamp will be this. Status. Oh, this is status codes, which are integers. Okay. Error not found. Message to do with ID not found. API path. Okay. Now we need to create a global exception handler. Now use address controller advice to catch exceptions up wide and return our new API error object instead of Spring's default. So this is what we're gonna have. The exception handler, we're going to handle the exceptions like this. At exception handler method argument not valid exception dot class. We're gonna have response entity, take in the API error, handle validation exception, method argument, string method. Bro, what is all this, bro? Yeah. What the hell is this complex error handler, bro? What? What is this, bro? What am I seeing, bro? I don't know if my brain can take this, dog. This complex, bro. Hold on, what? Refactor your service to throw a custom exception. So we're gonna have, oh super, so this is going to take, we're gonna have class to do not found exception extends runtime exception. Nah, this is a lot, bro. So we're gonna have we're going to have what, throw new to do not found exception, then pass in the ID. Oh, this is clean. This is clean. This is clean, bro. I can't even lie to you, my dog. Bro. Okay, let's go ahead and create it. API API error. Why are we creating it even? I don't even have no idea. Why are we creating this? So we need to create a custom error response class, API error. Okay, the API error should be in the controllers or where? Okay, I'm just gonna create, inside the controller, I'm going to create errors. Or I should call it global error handler, right? For real, I should create it here, and I'm just gonna call this global 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 error handler, and then here we pass in the API error. Okay, that is the error handling part. Now we need to, oh, this should be inside the exceptions. Okay, not global error handling. They just rename this. Okay, thank you. That's what I'm creating right now, my brother. Let's go. Okay, so we have exceptions, and then inside the exceptions we need to create the local time. So the types, this local time timestamp, we're gonna create the status, which is int status int. So we're gonna have error message and path. Error message and path. So private local datetime and then import local datetime. Then I'm just gonna call this timestamp like this, right? Timestamp, good. Timestamp, we're gonna have private int, yep, and then this is gonna be status private string error private string message private string path. Okay, I think that should do it. Let's see, we have error message and path. Now we need to create we need to generate, let's go ahead and generate all arguments constructor except the local datetime, I guess, but let's just select everything. What's going on here? This dot error. I'll go ahead and generate getters. Need to generate getters for all of them. Okay, now what's going on here? What's with the errors here? This, oh, these are final or what? Why do I need to make them final? I don't know. I have no idea, but it is what it is. Let's keep going. Okay, now the controller exception handler, we need to create a global inside exceptions. I need to create global exception handler. Okay, global exceptions handler like this. So this is going to be the global exceptions handler. It is going to extend REST controller advice. Bro, this stuff I cannot code like this. It's boring like this. I don't have time to be doing that, bro. Let me see. Suggestion. Which other one again? apply REST controller. Yes, this is what I'm talking about. I need to be able to do that. REST controller advice. Okay, REST controller advice. What else? Handle validation errors. So I think I can just copy this entire thing, right? And then study it. Or we can have an entity. We can have handle validation exception. Handle validation exception. Takes a web request and takes it as a request. Then we have string messages. Then the message should be equals to, okay, ex.get binding result dot field errors dot stream. Bro, what's all this, bro? This is so unnecessary, dog. Yo, this is so unnecessary. Super complex, bro. I'm just gonna copy this entire thing. Hold on. Hopefully there won't be errors. Let me just copy this entire thing, paste this error handling thing, because this is way too much, bro. This is way too much. Here, what's going on? Nah, bro, this is complex. I'll have to do research on this error handling thing. Like custom error handling looks complex to me. I don't even do custom error handling in JavaScript because this looks too complex for my liking, bro. Instead of throwing a runtime exception, we need to create to do not found exception. Then it should extend the runtime exception. Okay, to do not found exception. To do not found exception extends runtime exception. Then you take the super class to do not found. Okay, I'm just gonna copy this. I think I'm gonna generate a new class called to do not found exception. Inside exceptions here, to do not found exception extends runtime exception. Extends runtime exception, and then we're going to have public to do not found exception. Let's create a public constructor. I think it's a string, right? Oh, not a string. Public to do not found exception, string text message. Then we can say no, not like that. Hold on. Long ID here, super. Then to do with this ID is not found. Okay, just copy this. Get the super from the constructor, and then this should be long, and then the ID. This should be ID. Okay. What else? Then in my service, this is what we have. To do not found exception, then pass in the ID. Okay. Let's go to controller. Service. Where the service is at? Okay, it's here. Okay, rather than saying to do ID or whatever, we're just going to say pass in the to do not found. To do not found exception, then pass in the ID. Okay, go ahead and select this, copy it down. To do not found exception here as well. To do not found exception. I think that's it, bro. I think that is it. That is the custom error handling. I have to do more research on this because the global error handler is super complex for my liking, bro. I thought it was gonna be easier than that. It's super complex. So that is it, my boys, for today's stream. I literally just wanted to get on here and at least learn new things with you guys. So tomorrow when we come back, I think we shall do a little bit on, let me say, authentication, but we shall not jump to authentication. I'll have to do more research on error handling, but I think tomorrow, yeah, by tomorrow I'll be good with error handling. So tomorrow after my uni, I'll be back by like 3 p.m. and yeah, we shall start the stream perhaps at 4 p.m. tomorrow. So love you guys. Today is right now is 1:30 p.m. So tomorrow at 4 p.m. we shall get on live. Okay, tomorrow we shall start with JWT and authentication. So that's gonna be it, my boys. Love you guys, man. Thanks for the support and all that. So can't wait to see y'all tomorrow, my boys. I'll go ahead and quit this, quit everything. Yep, stop this server. So I think that is it, bro. I've learned a lot, man. I've learned a lot, my brother. So let's meet up tomorrow.